how do beautiful lords and ladies in the room? This is This Week in Gaming for January 11th, 2021. Manny Roman. With me as always, the boy, the going lights, Brandon May.
Hey, super excited to talk some nerd stuff after a very tough day of sports.
Feels, and of course we have everybody's favorite Pokemon master, Mr. Adam Kovac, this week.
Hello.
2 weeks ago that you missed. I'm thinking it was last week. I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, it's all good, but it's tough to even call me a Pokemon master anymore, man. I don't feel the same without doing my openings. I feel dirty. I feel like a fraud. And I work in fraud. So I know what it's like, and I feel like it. Doesn't feel right.
Hey, you know what, man? It's okay, though, because you're still playing Pokemon Emerald, which makes you a...
But we skipped last week. So, honestly, I'm just full fake. I think we skipped 2 weeks. Pretty sure 2 weeks ago Brandon wasn't feeling it, and then last week something else happened.
Monday stream instead, is what it was.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's tough out here.
Do I need to work my way back into the Discord so I can just bully you guys into doing things?
Honestly, though, yeah, 100%. You just need to be like, "Hey, Adam, go spend all your money on cards again," and I'll be like, "Okay, sure, I'm sold."
Yeah, perfect. All right, cool, sick. All right. Well, before we get into all of the gaming news from this past week, we have a little bit of housekeeping for you guys. First things first, we have another spreadshirt sale coming on Thursday, the 14th through the 18th, 15% off all orders on shop.spreadshirt.com/the Nerd Chambers. And of course, we have our Twitch follower giveaways. Brandon.
Yes, we have 2 Twitch follower giveaways going on right now. We have the Phantom Rage booster box that is right behind me for all the Yu-Gi-Oh fans once we hit 100 followers on twitch.tv/TNCPenguin. And then we also have the $100 PSN gift card giveaway going on for twitch.tv/the Nerd Chambers. And keep your eyes out. We're going to have another giveaway coming up soon. Pokemon related.
I love the tease. You actually beat me to it. I was getting ready for it. Good job. That's perfect. Keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on our social media more in the future, because you may or may not have more things like that coming up this year. But now it's time to get into all of the news from the past week. We're going to start this week with a little bit of a lighter note. In an interview with Bloomberg, former director of third-party relations for Xbox, Kevin Backus, shares that before the original Xbox released, the company had approached Nintendo about a potential buyout. When this was proposed to them, Backus explains that the Nintendo reps, quote, laughed their asses off. Like, imagine an hour of somebody just laughing at you. End quote. First of all, I just loved this story, because it's not surprising seeing Microsoft, had that idea, considering that they've been trying to, get their services on Nintendo and things like that in recent years. Wild, though. Totally wild.
Yeah, I mean, it would be something that could completely just break the gaming industry. I think it would, if something like that was able to happen, Sony would just be done, unless Microsoft swooped in and just decided to buy them out too. But I could never see Nintendo ever doing anything like that. I don't know, I feel like Nintendo's like the one spot that it maybe feels a little bit less about the money sometimes, but at the same time it's kind of hard to say that with some stuff Nintendo has done and their prices with things. So it would be just
like
insane.
Never lowering the price of a game.
Yeah. So it would be absolutely insane. I just could never see Nintendo backing away.
Yeah, Yeah, I just thought that was funny. I could just imagine like Microsoft having literally no like foothold in the gaming industry like 20 years ago and being like, "Hey, godfather of modern gaming, want to just like let us buy you out?" I think that's wild, absolutely wild. And I love that they're so brutally honest about the way Nintendo responded to that, because Nintendo will forever be Nintendo because of their history and people's level of nostalgia with their IPs. So, but a little bit of a what if that deal would have happened around 20 years ago. What would today look like? Because you wouldn't have the Wii, you wouldn't have the Wii U, you wouldn't have the Switch. Something different and something in between Xbox's, push for like social gaming experiences and Nintendo's want to like do kind of like cool, innovative, like unique things with their consoles.
So I think the big thing with that would have been Nintendo kind of feels like the platform for non-hardcore gamers to kind of have a place to go to. It is a little bit more of a relaxed setting, I've always kind of felt with Nintendo. But it would have been really weird because, I mean, again, I don't know the timelines for stuff like Wii and then into like PlayStation Move or whatever it was called, where that would have kind of gone from there, and if PlayStation could have gotten a bigger jump because of it if the Wii never came out, and different things like that. And I do think portable gaming would have definitely taken a much bigger backseat than it has over the last, 2 decades.
Definitely a fun what if, because would we still see even the Marios and Zeldas of the world? Would Microsoft have just out Nintendo kept all of those IPs, or would they have, shifted focus to something different? It's crazy. It's a fun what if. It's a fun what if, but it's hard to even imagine what it would have looked like, because it would have been such a massive change to the entire industry.
I definitely think we would still see those games. However, just like Halo, I think they'd be on their second or third studio at this point. So
toxic.
So I definitely think those games will be around because there is a huge hardcore love for those games, and they sell enough copies just to make the games running. But they definitely wouldn't be what people remembered them being.
So moving on, with the year's first technology event, CES, getting set to kick off. By the time you guys are probably listening to this, it'll be going on starting the 11th, then goes through the 14th. We got a tease from Lenovo beforehand about a new laptop design that Switch fans will be familiar with. It's the Lenovo Lobby Mini. It's a laptop with an 8-inch screen that is geared for gaming. It comes equipped with an 11th gen Intel i7 processor. The screen can be converted. The screen of the laptop can be converted to a gamepad similar to the Switch. It's just like an attachment that has 2 controllers that are connected by like a plastic band. You just slide them into the screen. And then it also has a dock for TVs similar to the Switch. No sort of price, no sort of time frame on it. This is just a short little preview video that it's just showing that it's going to be something that they talk about more at the show. But I am curious when we would see something like this hit the market and what the price would look like.
I don't know. I mean, a laptop is already portable. I understand it's not handheld, so I don't really fully understand the reason for something like this to come around, as I even did mention in the last story. I mean, if it wasn't for Nintendo, I even think that we kind of see such a dip in the handheld gaming service as a whole. But I don't know. It's just, I don't really understand the point of it.
Yeah, even Nintendo's slowly stepping away from the handheld only. They made the Switch at first where it was console or handheld, and then they remade the Switch Lite. just don't see handheld games very often. The PSP was huge, but they didn't continue with it, and I don't blame them. You don't need handheld games nowadays. Everything's on your phone if you really wanted it.
Yeah,
computers.
Yeah,
but a waste of money.
And I'll just playing devil's advocate. You can't play Rust on your phone. You can't play CS:GO on your phone. You can't.
Why would you want to play either of those games?
Why would you? No, okay, not that. Not that toxic.
Just kidding.
But why would you want to play those on the go? Like, where are you that you're like, oh, let me whip out my small mini portable laptop, which laptops are already portable.
Well, think of it this way: like, gaming has always been a social experience, and a lot of people have, enjoyed gaming the most in a social setting. So imagine, having a bunch of bros that you play League with. For example, for you to play League with. Wouldn't it be cool to have a League LAN party with these mobile laptops?
No, get off my internet, get off my connection.
I mean, yes, that's cool for some people.
For you're cool anyways.
But why do you need this laptop? Why not just bring a normal laptop?
Yeah.
There's even people out there who will bring a big ol' hefty PC like this. It's not that inconvenient.
Yeah, and a laptop is very simple to bring. I mean, because that's the thing. This is going to be a handheld device. You won't be able to play, Rust or games like that.
Just like this,
you will be. It's not literally a handheld device. It's a laptop that can be converted. So it still has the power and the full ability of a laptop, and it's got an i7 processor in it.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, I generally don't even understand the point of that. Like, a laptop is already so portable. You can get small, thin laptops for $500 now. This device will be $400 or $500, I bet. And it's like the whole ploy of like a laptop that can turn into an iPad or a tablet. It's like, okay, I still am just gonna use it as a laptop.
Terrible investment. Don't do it, people.
Yeah, just get a laptop.
Yeah.
Or just have an 8-inch screen.
I think it'll be interesting. I think you both are just lame, but that's okay. Moving forward, long-awaited open-world RPG, action RPG, Biomutant finally gets an update on its release window after being slated for last summer. Game Industry reports that THQ Nordic contacted them to clarify the information given in a prior report. Where I lost my place here. Oh dear God. That stating that Biomutant currently is slated for their next fiscal year to release, which starts in April, meaning we will see the game hopefully finally come out in the spring. So I don't remember if you guys remember, we've talked about the show or on the show a couple of times, because the game's been in development for a while and there's been a lot of stuff circulating for the game for a while. It's another one of those games that just weirdly got pushed out of 2020. We've seen a lot of those. I'm sure the pandemic has some to do with it, but I don't know, it just feels weird that a lot of these games are disappearing without much of a, at least a new window for them, until now at least. But super interesting idea, because the main character is like it's an animal that you fully customize, and it almost has like cyberpunk type character customization, playing as like a almost like a raccoon badger type animal, and it looks really interesting.
Very like Monster Hunter vibes from it in a sense. Definitely looks like it could be interesting. Yeah. Could be a very fun kind of cutesy game. I'm not a huge single player fan, but this is definitely something that I would kind of play me in just for the the cutesy of like the character and like the colors and design. I've always been a huge fan of just very colorful and animal like main characters. It's pretty cool.
I feel like it's a series I'd watch a YouTuber play, but even then I don't think I'd pay full attention to the video. I don't know. It looks fine, but not really for me.
I do love a lot of the customization I'm seeing from just some of the screenshots of in-game. You can really kind of go all out with the different styles and look of the character.
If I remember right, you can even have like a robot arm.
Yes, I think.
Or like a mechanical arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool. It's definitely something interesting. I really enjoyed the direction THQ Nordic has taken ever since they kind of came together and brought THQ back. It's something to keep an eye on for sure. Our next story, according to job postings, In Exile, the studio behind games like Wasteland 3 and Torment Tides of Numenera, are going to be working on an FPS RPG. The postings state the game will be a, quote, next-generation action role-playing game implementing new first-person shooter gameplay features and powerful tactile first-person weapons and unique combat abilities that draw the player right into the middle of the action.
I'm kind of sick of companies saying that we're going to have this, new features and the way to play a game, just because I feel like a lot of them are trying to do it. I'm excited to see one finally do it, though. That being said, I'm worried that this whole in the middle of action is going to be like, cool, we got grapples or jetpacks. It's going to feel like things we've already seen, but just kind of reskinned. So I do hope that they do something completely different with it, and I would love to see a new mechanic in a game that makes other companies go, whoa, we need to do that too, rather than kind of just copying what's been going on for the last 5-10 years and very close personal type of games from Call of Duty, Titanfall, and even games like Overwatch kind of have little things like that as well.
Yeah, I think this is definitely going to be an interesting project as it comes along, because In Exile has always kind of been an indie studio, but now they're owned by Xbox. So I think this is going to end up being their first big project under Xbox Game Studios, and having all of those resources that Xbox has to offer, I think this could be a really cool, ambitious project for them, because they're very good at making RPGs. Wasteland 3 and Torment Tides of Numenera, they're both really solid games. They're just more of the classic RPG, whereas I feel like, and it sounds like, this one's going to kind of, be more of the Fallout, Cyberpunk, more modern, first-person RPGs, and kind of, be a big step up in, or I guess a big change of pace in terms of development for them. So it'll be cool to see terms of that game. Personally, I like FPS RPGs. There's only a few of them, but they're very fun. Alright, Dying Light 2 was let's try that again. Dying Light 2 was one of the more anticipated games of 2020, with an initial release window being in the summer. Now it's January 2021, and it sounds like the game is in development limbo. Chris Avalon, one of the game's leads, was removed from the project because of allegations of sexual misconduct a few months back, and now lead writer Pavel has announced that he's leaving Techland after 22 years with the company. Techland released a statement regarding his exit, stating that his position was filled months prior to his official resignation, so it hasn't slowed down production, but you have to wonder what's been going on with the game's production.
It definitely feels weird how long this is taking at this point, because I feel like in 2019 probably, maybe even 2018, we got a really good look at the game, and it seemed like it was really far ahead. And I'll be honest, I did kind of forget about this game at this point, because I honestly thought it already came out. This is one of those titles that it seemed like it was so far in development back in 2019 E3 No, 2018 E3.
2018, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna let you know. Yeah, it's 2018 E3 is when they had their first showing, where they show off the revamped parkour system, the combat, and all that, and had that really nice showing, and the dynamic, I guess, flow of the game world based on your decisions and all that.
The butterfly
we've only gotten
effect.
one other, we've only gotten one other, piece of gameplay since then, and the game's been awfully quiet for a while. Which worries me, is Dying Light 1 was one of the most underappreciated games in a good while, because the game was very well done, really fun, co-op from start to finish. Your actions do affect the game world in a certain sense, and there's really well put together story altogether. And the sequel just looks like it's building on that, but it is kind of tough seeing that it's struggling to get out.
Yeah, and I can understand why the game did kind of fall back a little bit on the 2015 train, because I mean you had, let's see, Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, you had Fallout 4, Bloodborne, Halo 5 came out, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, let's see, Black Ops 3, and I think also GTA was 2015. Oh yeah, and Mortal Kombat. So it's like you just had a lot come out that year, and I understand why it kind of fell behind a bit.
GTA was 2013, and then I think the 2014 was when the new systems version of the game came out with like the first person mode and all that. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. The silver lining to all this was Techland did state in their statement regarding his resignation that there is going to be some exciting news about the game that they're announcing soon. So hopefully it'll be a new release window at least, because that's a game I'm really looking forward to. It's a really well done game, and again, the sequel, adding the elements of like a Fallout New Vegas just makes it even more intriguing. So hopefully we'll know what it is, soon, like now, please.
Yeah, I was pretty hyped for this game, so a little sad to see that it's still in the process. When you look it up, it still says the release date's supposed to be 2021, but obviously not much more details such as season or anything like that. So we'll see. But when it does come out, this is definitely a game I plan on getting.
Yeah. It's a game, the world needs. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna move past this because I'm gonna dwell on this too much. It's gonna make me sad, and I don't want to be sad because I'm talking games with my bros, and it's always a good time. So, for our final story of the week, we are going to break down the newest Valorant character that is coming to the hit competitive FPS with the new episode. Yoru was unveiled with a list of what his abilities will do, and it sounds like he's gonna add a whole new element to the game. So let's go through his abilities really quick. His first ability is C is his fake out. You equip an echo that mimics footsteps. When activated, fire, or you hit the left mouse to activate and send the echo forward. You right click to place an echo in place. Use the inactive echo to send it forward. So it sounds like it's almost like what's his name? Mirage from Apex, kind of similar to his clone.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair. I think that's really cool though, having a decoy like that.
Yeah, it is strictly just footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
There's no visual.
Because it
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It doesn't specify in the, I guess, the read of the ability. I guess when it gets closer to him coming out, because Riot's normally good at like showing little video demos of how the abilities work. I'm sure we'll get a clearer understanding of it when they get to that point.
I did find a video demo of it before the show.
I saw it's okay.
Yeah, and all it is just blue like footsteps on the ground, and it sounds like an agent. And it goes for a long time. It's something like 15 or 18 steps is what the guy in the video is showing.
Okay.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it's if you want to check out the video, it was posted 7 hours ago by Noted, Noted.
That's why I didn't see it. I wrote that article about Yoru yesterday, I think, right? Or this morning. But that was like 12 hours ago almost. Anyways, good to know. 1, 2. Regardless, I love the ability because it manipulates the flow of the game in such a different way. You know, using the sound aspect of the game to kind of, you know, literally, as the name of the ability says, fake out the opposing team, I think is really cool.
Yeah, 100% agree. Yeah, you can have 2 of them too, which I thought was kind of crazy, like having 2 footsteps going in a direction. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think he's going to be all in all. Like we'll talk about it once we're done with the abilities, but I think it's really fun. His gate crash, equipped to harness a rift tether, left click to send the tether out, moving forward. Right click to place a tether in place. Activate to teleport to the tether's location.
So, I thought this one is pretty cool because you can throw it and just. What was that?
Sorry, I lost you guys there, so I didn't hear you start and cut out for me for a second.
No problem.
It sounds like this is Omen's teleport, just kind of done in a different, kind of unique way. It's almost like it's Omen's teleport, but with the cast system of his smoke.
A little bit. Some things you can do, because it was on Ascent, the guy was showing all of this. In the middle, like there's that little corridor to the left side that people are coming through and they're attacking. He threw it against a little corner on a wall and had it like sit there going up against the wall constantly. He would run out, go peek, and then teleport back. So you can use it like to trap the teleport in spots to go back to places. Or you can just throw it and it just slowly kind of rolls down the map or wherever you want. And it can't go on top of surfaces for what he was trying, it looks like. So you can't, pre-round put yourself in a high spot or anything like that.
Yeah, another really fun ability. I'm already just picturing all the really cool synergies you can do with that ability. Whether you're on offense or defense, I love what they're doing with this character so much. His Q ability, Blindside, equip it to rip an unstable dimensional fragment from reality. Left click to throw the fragment, activating a flash that winds up once it collides with a hard surface in the world.
Yep, it's pretty much just like a flashbang.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then his ultimate ability, Dimensional Drift. Equip a mask that can see between dimensions. Left click to drift into Yoru's dimension, unable to be affected or seen by enemies from the outside. So does that mean it sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong if you've seen the ability video of it, it sounds like he can move freely and see other people, but he can't be seen. Yes? Or is it just he phases out?
So he can go invisible, go wherever he wants. However, the guy in the video doesn't have anyone in the lobby with him. So I don't know if he can actually see people. But yeah, you can freely move around the map though.
It's kind of nuts.
Yeah, and I'll see if I can get a timer on how long it lasts for you guys while you guys discuss.
Yeah, I'd be curious. It sounds like kind of like Reyna's E, but I'm guessing it's gonna have a little bit more one, freedom to it, two, probably time that you're invisible if you're, if it's an ultimate ability. I mean, considering Omen can teleport wherever he wants on the map, I would guess that this guy can go invisible for, at least a few seconds, probably like 5 to 6.
It's about 7-8 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I think is definitely fair. So all in all, but I was asking what you guys think of his kit overall.
He's going to be a great attacking character for sure. People are going to hate that they're adding another flash to the game, because now, I don't know if you could before, but you can definitely now have 5 characters that can flash. So, and it's weird that they gave us back-to-back characters that could flash.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of fair. I'm trying to think of all of them, because it's Sky, it'll be Yoru, Phoenix.
Yep, Breach,
and I don't know if is there a 5th?
Reyna can blind.
Blind, yeah. Same with Omen.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that is going to be a pain in the butt. I think eventually they'll have to do a little bit of balancing with blind or like flashes like that, because I don't know, it just feels a way like it puts a defending person or a person defending that angle that's being flashed at such a disadvantage. Like you're dead unless you just blind fire and get lucky.
Yeah.
But I do agree, that is interesting that there's maybe they just couldn't figure out a third ability for him. Then there's like, yeah, just throw a flash on him. He's an attacking character. But outside of that, I do love his kit overall. I think it brings such a cool and different element from the last couple of characters. The first few characters, it felt like they're just kind of giving them abilities that are pretty much already in the game, just doing them a little bit differently. This is it feels like they're doing a couple unique things with this kit, which I think the game really needs.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm definitely excited to see how the character will kind of play out in the meta for episode 2, but he looks cool too. Very visually pleasing character.
I was just thinking about it when I was talking about how I'm just like daydreaming about things you can do with his kit. One of them was like when you throw the teleport ability, you have somebody flash the corner and he teleports in to clean up a kill. But I'm like, wait, he can flash himself. He can do that on his own. It's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll definitely be fun. Whenever I'm able to get a stable internet connection, might have to play some Valorant. I also might have to get him before I get Sky, because his kit again is just so cool. I don't feel like I would want to play Sky a whole lot. I think you could go Yoru or Sky.
Yoru. I have Sky and I'm
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna wrap up our news for this week in gaming. Before we go, reminder, we do have a Spreadshirt sale coming January 14th through the 18th, so starts on Thursday, goes through Monday. 15% off all orders. Easy peasy. All you do is pick out whatever you want. Go to checkout, click redeem. It'll have it all there for you. Just go to shop.spreadshirt.com/the Nerd Chambers. Check out all of our super duper cool stuff. Also, don't forget our 2 Twitch giveaways. Twitch.tv/TNC Penguin. Once he gets 100 followers, he is giving away a Phantom Rage booster box for League of Deal trading card game. And at 250 followers on the Nerd Chambers, twitch.tv/the Nerd Chambers, we are giving away a $100 PlayStation Network gift card. Adam, it's our favorite time of the show because it's the time of the show. It's the time where it's your moment, dude. It's your moment. Give us the good word.
I guess if I
What-
have to.
What did you hear from Slim Jim?
Hear me out. I tried looking into how to contact them. And I'm being honest, none of their options look like it suits us. At least from what I saw on their website. Pretty much it was like, hey, contact us if you are looking for like coupons. Like you want coupons for our product.
I want coupons.
Okay. Then it was, the other option was contact us for business. And it was like, oh, okay, yeah, well, tell us about your business and how many orders of Slim Jims do you want? And I'm like, no, we don't want the Slim Jims, I'm sorry. So realistically, there's no good way to reach out to them that I have found. But I have been in search for their fries. I have not succeeded.
Just tweet Slim Jim himself. Tweet the Slim Jim. I'm sure he can make that work.
Maybe. I just feel like they probably get a lot of tweets. But you know
Yeah,
what?
but we all know that you have that clout, you know? We know you have that Twitter clout.
The guy who doesn't use Twitter at all, pretty much, yeah. I don't think I've ever posted my own original tweet.
That's impressive.
Is it? Or is that just like I'm old and lame and just out of the loop? I just hate social media.
I was trying to be nice about it.
Nah, it's okay. I'll be realistic, man. I'm not a very social media like person. I like to, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like to be on Facebook sometimes, but not for like people, like what people normally do. I just do it for Messenger or the shop. So
Trying to get those Pokemon.
That's a lie. Adam has tweeted multiple times when he got his new chair, when he got a Snorlax in Pokemon Go, something for Sledgehammer Gaming he tweeted at
how
him.
long? That tweet for Sledgehammer Games wasn't like an actual tweet. It was for tech support.
Yeah. Hey, but you've done it though. Hey, he tweeted.
I did
tweeted
because
when he
they
got
wouldn't
a
answer me
nuclear.
for anything else.
Yeah, he tweeted when he got a nuclear in Black Ops 3, I think.
I think you asked me to do that.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know, but
2015.
otherwise, most of those tweets are pretty old. The chair's the newest one, I
Yep.
think.
March of
Yeah.
2020.
I was gonna
I
say,
don't remember why I did it. I think you had to tweet. I think you had to tweet Secret Labs being like, "Hey, I love your product. Thank you so much," and like have a picture of it. And if you did, they extended your warranty by like 3 months. So I think that's why I did it.
Mm.
So as you could tell from my tweets, I only do it for purpose, but never for pleasure.
For personal gain.
Yeah. I don't ever do it for like any other thing, any other reason. It's all useless.
I respect that. But Adam.
Yeah. Oh, you want to know the thing, like where they can like go, maybe?
Yeah, that thing. That
Oh,
one.
well, you can go over to Brandon's house. He lives at... No, I'm kidding. You can always go ahead and visit our website, thenerdchambers.com. Nice and simple. You know, not too confusing of a website. Words are easy to spell. We simplified it for you guys because we are simple men ourselves.
We small brain.
If we can't understand the website, how could we expect y'all to understand it? So it is as simple as it gets. It's a homepage, a news page, a page for our shows, our shop, if you want to get our discounts on sales. You know, sometimes those are up. And then also a meet the team, because sometimes you want to know a little bit more about us. And that's okay. I want to know a little bit more about you too. You specifically, yeah, you looking right now at me dead in the eyes. How are you doing? Doing good? I hope so. 2021. Times are getting better, I promise. Hang in there. So,
That's beautiful. I
thanks, man.
made me feel things. I feel weird.
Welcome to the Nerd
All right.
Chambers. We make you feel weird. That's their new slogan.
Well, there you go. We can't even do Let's Get Weird. It's just you're gonna be uncomfortable.
That's a better way to put it. Yeah.
Right. All right, guys. That is everything we have for you guys. As always, we greatly appreciate everybody that listened to the podcast on their favorite platforms, watched it on YouTube. Come, check out our streams on Twitch. Chat it up with us on social media. We always greatly, greatly appreciate it. This has been This Week in Gaming, January 11th, 2021. We will be back next week for all of the news you need to know, including a little bit of coverage maybe from CES 2021 if we get some spicy announcements. So be on the lookout for that. Bye-bye. Thanks, friends.
Thank you for listening to the Nerd Chambers. Come back next week for more news you need to know.